control over that.
Thank you, Sergeant at Arms Toastmaster Prakash. My dear Toastmasters and guests, welcome to the 31st meeting of Technopark Toastmasters on this beautiful Saturday morning. And thank you for joining today on this beautiful day. I cannot stop describing this day as beautiful because the weather is good and I'm feeling blessed to be here and now. In line with the theme that we have today, we are always grateful for what life has given to us, isn't it? And this is a first meeting in December, making the start of the end of the year. And December is indeed a beautiful month. It's certainly my favorite. I'm sure it's a favorite for most of you as well, because it's a season of holidays. It's a season to spend time with family. And it's a season to give back to the society. And so our theme today also resonates so well with that attitude. We have a guest in our midst today, and like true good hosts, let's welcome them to the club's meeting. Can I request a guest, Anjita, to unmute yourself and introduce yourself, your name, where do you work, and how did you hear about Toastmasters in just about 30 seconds?
Right. Thank you, Arati. So, hi all. I am Anjita Jyotikumar, and I am based in Trivandrum. I'm a software engineer at Experion Technologies at Technopark. And I came to know about Toastmasters from a friend of mine at Jamshedpur. So they have that Toastmasters there as part of their campus. So I'm very excited to be a part of the first meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Anjita, for joining. You heard the news from far away while we were
Yes.
one Zoom meeting away.
Right.
Yeah, and probably when we started the meeting, we used to have a meeting in Tejaswini. We had a demo meeting in Tejaswini. So
right.
It's very close to home, I would say.
Right.
Welcome, Anjita. Thanks for joining in. So today we have our master of ceremony, the Toastmaster of the day. And today we have our very energetic, always willing, our VP membership, Toastmaster Deepti Bindu Walson as a Toastmaster of the day. Deepti works as a quality manager at Suntech and has a very keen eye on setting up processes and improving them. Let's put our hands together to welcome TMOD, Toastmaster Deepti. I hope we all have a great meeting, that we learn a lot, and over to you, Deepti.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arati. It is lovely morning to see you all this Saturday. And thank you for joining us to have a good time for the best kind of giving, that is Thanksgiving. So when we hear Thanksgiving, what does it remind you? Definitely for me, it is being a foodie. It reminds me of that butter and herb roasted turkey. We see all these beautiful movies in which they have this grand luncheon where that roasted turkey is there with delicious food. So it is that that drove me to understand that, okay, Thanksgiving is such a beautiful feeling. I am still salivating at the thought of those yummy food that I got to experience when I was visiting my aunt. So she knew this American family. They are government professionals, and these officials, they just traveled here and they are working here. And they invited us for a dinner. And the theme for the dinner was Thanksgiving dinner. Because in India, we do not have something called as Thanksgiving dinner. I was very much interested, and I was like, okay, I was excited and exhilarated with the thought of, okay, what is it going to be? And I was excited to be there. And few minutes after we reached over there, they invited us to the dinner table. So it was, again, it was exhilarating moment when I saw that magnificent spread. And I must say, it was beyond appetizing for me. So once we settled at the table, all of a sudden, the head of this family, he got up and he said, this is the time when we fully appreciate and acknowledge that is good in our lives. So I would like to start off with the Thanksgiving from my end, and then we will go on. So he turned to his right and he started appreciating his wife, who was a beautiful lady who was fully in charge for the preparation of the delicious food. And then again, he started thanking his friends, his kids, and he went about. And then he said, okay, now this is a time where we need to hear from you all. So he turned to his left and saw this beautiful 20-year-old girl and said, what are you thankful this year, young lady? He just asked the question to that young lady. So before we hear what is her response, let's listen. What are you thankful for this year? Oh, I would like you to unmute and answer. What are you thankful this year for? Anyone?
Yeah, Deepti, I'll go first if I can.
Okay.
Yeah. One thing that I'll be very thankful is that I got to spend a lot of time with my family. I could balance my work, but more than that, I could spend a lot of time with my family, especially my son. He's 17 years old, but it's the last 2 years that I've spent 24/7 time with him. Whether he appreciates it or not, it's a different topic, but I enjoyed it. And he'll be off to college, and I think I'm going to cherish this opportunity thanks to COVID. I don't know if I should be saying this, but yes, thank you. Back to you.
Thank you, Aarti. And how about someone else? Why don't you try once? Arvind, what are you thankful this year for?
I would say I'm thankful, one, definitely to God for the health in which He has given to all of us, especially amidst this tough situation, one. And second thing is giving us an opportunity to really make an impact in people's life through the profession which we are into. So I'm mainly thankful for those two things.
Wow, great. That is true, making impact in others' life. It's a beautiful thing to be. And just like Aarti said, spending a lot of time with the family, I'm sure we all were lucky enough to spend a lot of time with our family, with our kids. I think my son, he's a 5-year-old. He must be like tired because I'm behind him, like, what are you doing? What is this? And all, which he never used to experience. So it was a wonderful time, even for me also. So just like you guessed, that beautiful 20-year-old was me. So I was thankful that year because that was the first time I was in Bangalore after getting my job. And I was really thankful that I got a job along with a scholarship to study. So that was what I was really thankful that year. So I mentioned about that, and then me and my aunt went back to our home. So once I had a good dreamless sleep, when I woke up the next morning, I really wanted to, thank them because they gave such a lumptious dinner for us, and I was really thankful to them. So I asked my aunt, like, I need to say, should I be trying to send some thank you card, or should I send some gift over to them? Because it was a last minute thing and I couldn't really give them a gift, even though my aunt got something for them. But then she told me something. See, they do not require much. I have anyways given the gift on my behalf. But it was a good gratitude offered from their end by inviting me when they got to know that I am also there with her. And I got the opportunity to experience something really great. And it was December. It is a kind of a month where you are beginning the new year, and you are all excited to start a new year fresh and all. So she said, why don't you try expressing your gratitude to somebody else, and in a beautiful some other way, where you can express it so that something which you can do for them. So I was like, that was when I really didn't understand gratitude. What do you mean by gratitude? How should I do it? what is the difference? Basically, what is the difference between being thankful and gratitude? It's the same thing, right? Like you basically say, like, I have that most gratitude that you gave me the gift, and if you are saying I am thankful that you gave the gift, it's the same thing. What is the difference? But then she told me, no, those are two different things, it both means, yeah, you should be thankful. Thank you means, what does thank you mean? It is a kind of a polite expression when you tell them thank you. When somebody gives you something, you thankfully appreciate and say that, okay, thank you for giving me the gift, or you are accepting or refusing. When we say no, thank you, right? So that time when we are refusing in a polite manner. So thank you is just a polite expression. But when it comes to gratitude, it is completely a different thing. It means it's a quality of being thankful. That's what they say. It is the readiness to show appreciation and to return the kindness. So if you can return the kindness to somebody, it is truly amazing. So then she said, gratitude has the capability to move a pessimistic person into an optimistic person. So when you cry, I don't have money, I have this problem, I have that problem, forget about all that. Think about all those people to whom you can show that gratitude towards. Try doing it, is what she told me. And I decided, okay, that's something which I should do. And then she told me one more thing. You have thoughts, and your thoughts are incredibly powerful. And using that thoughts, you try having those positive actions. And once you have that positive actions, you will definitely find the joy. And I started small because my stipend was not that big. So I started off by tutoring the kids of my housekeeper, then moved on to helping out the driver who was there, and because he was uneducated, he had a lot of problems. I helped him out with all those things. Nowadays, what I do is I make it a point to in the year beginning, I decide 5% of my salary I should keep it aside. I keep it as a target. I keep it aside. And what I do is I do sponsor children for their education, and then I try doing some other charity work. By that way, whatever God has given me, I'm able to extend to others. So that is the power of giving that Thanksgiving thought to other people also. In fact, in India, we have a Thanksgiving week in October. So what I want to tell in the end is, thankfulness is the beginning of gratitude, and gratitude is the completion of thankfulness. And thankfulness consists merely of words. Gratitude is shown in acts. So with that, I conclude my theme presentation to you all. Now, I would like to call upon the Toastmaster Prakash, who is the evaluator, who is the general evaluator for the day. He is a technology consultant who loves to travel and loves reading. Over to you, Toastmaster Prakash.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepthi. What a wonderful speech it was. And my role as the general evaluator is to evaluate everything that happens in the meeting. Clearly, I cannot do this all by myself. So I have a special team called TAG team who will be helping on this. And let me invite the timer to describe the role and responsibilities of him. The timer for today is Toastmaster Aravind, a people person, sports lover, and a continuous learner. Toastmaster Aravind, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prakash. There is this typical saying, time is money. So, and again, one great thing about Toastmasters initiative altogether is that we start on time and we plan our activities very meticulously and execute that as well very meticulously. So, as a timer, or while performing the role of a timer, my key responsibility is to ensure all this timing aspect is going in a very smooth manner in the meeting, and also to evaluate and record the timings taken by different role holders. So what we have is around three books of different colors. For the speakers, your minimum time which you have to make the speech is for around 5 minutes, and then the intermediate time is somewhere around 6 minutes, and the final time is somewhere around 7 minutes. And for the evaluators, you will have the timing in three phases. Like the initial time is somewhere around 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes is where you will have the intermediate time, and the final time is somewhere around 3 minutes. So what does it mean? When in the respective order, when your time is up, the minimum time which you have to make the presentation is up, you will be shown kind of a green colored book. And when you overshoot the line and you reach the intermediate level, you will be shown this yellow colored book. And when your time is up, where in which we have to conclude our speech, is when all of us will be shown this red colored book. So I repeat the timing once more. For the speakers, it is 5, 6, and 7. And for the evaluators, it is 2, 2.5, and 3. And minimum 1 minute for the table topics as well. Over to you, Toastmaster Prakash. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aravind. Our next two roles are Accounter and Grammarian. Today we have got Toastmaster Arathi as Accounter and Grammarian. Let me invite Toastmaster Arathi, a seasoned Toastmaster and a classical music aficionado. Over to you, Toastmaster Arathi.
Thank you, General Evaluator Prakash, for the introduction. As a grammarian, I have two roles today. Introduce the word of the day. I hope you can see the word of the day on the screen. It is accelerate. It means to make or to feel or to make someone feel very happy and animated or elated. You can say she was accelerated by the day's events. It can also mean enliven or stimulate, where you can say the cold weather accelerated the walkers. I encourage you to make use of the word of the day to improve your vocabulary. Use it throughout the meeting if you can. And as audience, I would encourage each one of us to appreciate the speaker who uses the word of the day, either virtually or by giving a clap. My second role as a grammarian is to make sure that the usage of the language is monitored. I will be noting down good usages. I will also note usages that need correction, and I will come back with my report at the end of the session. My second role that I'm playing is that of the R counter. As an R counter, what I am trying to do is to find out if a speaker is having additional filler words when they are talking. Filler words such as and, isn't it, etc. are filler words that we bring into a sentence when we are not speaking in a very coherent manner. And objective is to make the speakers aware of this and help them improve and reduce that. So I'll be making a note of the filler words that you're using and your favorite repeated words. I'll come back with the report at the end of the session. Thank you, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arathi. We will be coming back with our reports towards the end of the meeting. Now, let me give the control back to Toastmaster Deepthi. Over to you, Dear.
Thank you, Toastmaster Prakash. So just like that, we are entering into our agenda programs. So the first in our agenda is prepared speeches. So basically our agenda is the first session would be the prepared speeches. Second one is table topics, and the third one is the evaluation. Now, so first we will start off with our prepared speeches, and today we have two beautiful speeches coming up. The first speech is today by Toastmaster Shruti, who is attempting her level 5 speech in the pathway team collaboration. To evaluate her speech, we have Toastmaster Nisha Hamid, who is a software engineer by profession, and she is a great artist. If you find her angry, you have to just give her a set of pencils and paper, and she makes magic. If you get a chance to be in H&R Block in Yamuna Pantry, there is a huge painting full of beautiful flowers painted in black and white. And she has the knack of telling truth in the most cutest way possible. I call upon Toastmaster Nisha Hamid to read the objectives of Shruti's speech.
Thank you, Deepthi. That is such a wonderful introduction. It just made me smile. Thank you. So very good morning to all of you. And as Ruth and as Aarti mentioned, a wonderful Saturday morning, isn't it? I woke up in the morning, I was looking outside and I was thinking, wow, this is a weather we would love to have every day. And precisely on this particular day, I'm going to evaluate a very beautiful speaker as well, who is Shruti Meena. I have evaluated several of our speeches before, and this is going to be just another one as excellent as before. So Shruti Meena is actually doing her level 5 project in team collaboration, and that is the first project P1. And the speech is titled #. The purpose of this project is for her to learn and apply the skills that is needed to run a lessons learned meeting during a project or after its completion. So today we are going to hear a speech by Shruti about all her leadership skills, what all she has learned, driving a project to completion. And I hope that we'll learn quite a few things out of at the end of this project. So as always, looking for this vivacious speaker to do her magic and come up with an extremely good speech. So over to you back, TMOD Deepthi. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Shruti. Thank you, Nisha. Okay, Toastmaster Shruti. She is a Toastmaster since 2019, and she works in Technopark. She loves to meet new people, loves inspirational talks, and in her free time loves to scribble short stories and poems. I guess an artist getting evaluated by another artist. That's what I can see. So today she would be attempting her level 5 pathway team collaboration. And the title of her speech is #us. #us. Over to you, Shruti.
The past is a place of reference and not a place of residence. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, my dear friends. We all have our past, like that one room in our house where we dump all the garbage inside. Once in a while, we go visit the room, open the door, and wonder if we should throw some of the stuff away, and then decide to keep them anyway. Because past brings us a lot of lessons so that we don't repeat the same mistakes again. Past brings us a few memories which we can laugh about. Past is a place of reference and not a place of residence. Do you drift into your past every now and then, like me? Out of the many lessons from my past, one stays special. Interestingly, this is in the shape of an Excel workbook. Loads of rows and columns, loads of data spread around. It is the roadmap, agenda to an open house competition. This is an annual event conducted by my parent club, H&R Block Toastmasters. It is called Oratory. It is conducted with the sole purpose of attracting new Toastmaster members to the club. 2020, it was physical. We conducted this event for the first time. But 2021 was a game changer for everyone. It was going to be virtual. How to conduct such a huge event open to all the employees of H&R Block via a virtual platform remained an enigma for the entire organizing committee members. Yeah, there were 10 of us, including me. 10 people, 10 different individuals. They were there for different purposes. Some were there because they loved to organize events. Some were there because they wanted to learn something new. Some were there because of the mandate. Organizing committee cannot participate in the competition. Yeah, I am talking about 10 different people with 10 different perspectives, 10 different characteristics, and most importantly, 10 different opinions. We started our planning way back in November and decided to have the contest in February 2021. That gave us 3 whole months to plan. Yay, we are going to nail this. We planned, we brainstormed and brainstormed and brainstormed. We talked about everything under sun except how to conduct a rhetoric in 2021. In the blink of an eye, it was January. Our dedicated VPPR sent out the first look poster. It had the shape of the mic. It called out to all the bloggers, hello bloggers, oratory is coming to you. And can you imagine what the organizing committee members were doing? Fixing the MCs, calling up the judges and finalizing the dates, dusting the roadmap? No, we were still trying to figure out what round 1 should be all about. Should it be table topics? Should it be prepared speeches? Should it be debate sessions? And then it began to make sense. We figured it out. We should have 4 rounds. Just like our entire syllabus makes sense when we are about to enter the exam hall. And we had the Excel workbook in place. And my dear friends, that is heading number 1 from my lesson. Manage time wisely. There is no point in having so much time if you don't set up your mind to work towards it. It will be a waste of time for the entire team involved unless you start managing the time wisely. Finally, we had the Excel workbook with all the 4 sheets. We were accelerated. We had figured everything out. Round 1 happened. It was so smooth. Yeah, it went so smoothly. The crowd responded to all our invites. The speakers were there in place. Then round 2 happened. We were overconfident. Nothing can go wrong this time as well. And then something unimaginary happened. The judge who was in the competition, external judge, backed out halfway through the meeting because he had a personal emergency. Suddenly, there was chaos. Our group chat, which was dead for the past few days, became suddenly active. We were calling names to each other. We were arguing. We were blaming each other. Hey, you brought that judge. Now you get us a backup. So many opinions, cluttered, mayhem. And then a voice popped. Guys, we have 5 minutes to figure this out. Can we please focus on the solution and forget that the problem is there? Exactly. That is heading number 2. Problems will arise. However meticulously we plan, something or the other will go wrong. And when that happens, that is when we should focus on the solution and work towards it as a team, not as individuals. Oratory, which started in February 2021, 17th February 2021, winded up on March 17, 2021, a 1-month-long event that people at HRB still talk about at length. We won so many accolades, but the coveted Open House Citation Award from District 121 stands close to my heart. Now, when I look back at where it all started, that Excel workbook, I understand that it is not the accolades that matters. I am reminded about a lot of mistakes, beautiful mistakes that helped 10 of us to replace our ego with esteem. Mistakes that helped 10 of us to replace our differences with acceptance. Mistakes that helped 10 of us to replace our arrogance with affection. Mistakes that helped all of us to grow into a single family called us. My dear friends, that is why past is a place of preference and not a place of residence. Over to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Wow, what a brilliant speech. I must say it is truly a wonderful speech. And yes, very true, right? Past, we cannot just completely avoid our past. There are some beautiful memories, and especially those memories where we fought and we struggled, but we still achieved it. That is the beauty of the whole thing. Thank you for reminding us again. Now, we have the next speech for today, and that speech is by Radhika. Radhika is attempting her level 3 speech in her pathway, Persuasive Leadership. And to evaluate her speech, we have Toastmaster Manu Solomon, who is working with Infoblock as a software professional. He is a passionate traveler, blogger, and likes to try out different things. Over to you, Manu, in order to read the objectives of Radhika's speech.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepthi. Yeah, Toastmaster Radhika is a second speaker for the day. She's doing Pathways, Persuasive Leadership, and Level 3 Researching and Presenting. The purpose of the speech is for the member to learn or review basic research methods and present a well-organized and well-researched speech on any topic. The title of the speech is Words That We Need to Learn. Over to you, Toastmaster Deepthi.
Thank you, Manu. Toastmaster Radhika is an HR professional by profession and works with Finastram. She is passionate about diversity and inclusion. And today, she is going to try out her level 3 speech in the pathway Persuasive Leadership. And as Manu said, the title of the speech is Words That We Need to Learn. Words that we need to learn. Over to you, Radhika.
Good morning, everyone. Very warm Saturday morning, and we are here to learn the words that we need to learn. I know we are learning the word accelerate today, and that word itself is definitely a lot to understand the meaning, the cracks, the nuances. So I'm accelerated to present you a plethora of words that are key critical when we are learning diversity, equity, and inclusion. The buzzword of today. Why am I doing it? The trigger has come when Aarti shared an image in our group. I don't know how many of you have seen that image, but definitely that was the trigger when I thought, okay, this is something that people are discussing about. Why are they discussing this? Why are they talking about this? And I'm trying to share a screen, that image for you, but I'm not sure whether my system allows me to do that, but let me give it a try. So this image has piqued my interest in understanding these words. Do a deep dive into what is happening and what is behind those words. So when I'm talking about this, definitely this brings me to an encyclopedia of diversity and social justice, A2H by Sherwood Thompson. That is where I have based my research on for today's presentation. And this is again, when I said the word reality, equality, equity, and social justice plays a major role in what we all do and what we all learn. So there is a vocabulary, a very strong vocabulary that we need to understand in this space. And so as a beginner, yes, I'm also a beginner because the topic itself is quite new in all our parlance. And some of you might have done some research on this topic, but many of us are still mastering this art or understanding the crux of this topic. So without much ado, let me just bring the topic on. I'm unable to share the screen, so I'll talk about what is in it. This is a picture. I will do a mental picture. Reality. And what you see is a wall. And behind that wall, there are 3 people. One is a person with normal height, built and all that. Another one is a woman, short in stature, and a little one, a dwarf, probably a disabled person, short. And what is happening? So the reality is people are given support randomly. Some people are enabled and empowered, and others are not enabled adequately, and others are actually discriminated against. So what happens? There are stacks of steps that is stacked behind this wall, and this tall person is already on step 10, and he's taller. And the other one got couple of steps and stepped on that and trying to view the game that is happening. It's on a football ground, and the wall is it's a fence that is blocking the view of these people. And so suddenly, I'm sure that suddenly the screen is there. Oh, thank you so much, Aarti, for this picture. So it makes it easier. So this is exactly what reality, equality, equity, and justice for all of us. So then the reality is some are empowered more, some are discriminated against, and this is sad that the football game cannot be watched by everyone. But equality, when you say equality, suddenly we are talking about distribution of support system for everyone equally. Wow, very good. So we give them the aids equally. So what happens? Some of them are still discriminated against. They are not able to see the game. Some are comfortable, some are just up to that mark. They are just peeping up, holding on to the fence and watching. The other one, no, still discriminated against. So what is equity? Equity is about providing the right support to the right people. So whoever is discriminated against is given an additional support. So everybody, the equality of outcome is there. The person who is tall wouldn't need a step to step on. So that resource can be distributed to those who need it, those who really need it. Equality of outcome is achieved here in this third picture. And so then what is the next step? Definitely we should move from reality to equality and then to equity. And justice. Justice is about removing the barriers so that everyone, all 3 of us, all of us, doesn't have any barrier. It becomes a level playing field for everyone. And then we enjoy the game, we be part of the game. That is the the image that stayed with my mind when Aarti has shared this, and we had a heated, very interesting discussion in that group also. So it is not about equality, it is about equity and social justice. We keep saying, why equality? Why do we need feminism? We need equality. No, excuse me, we are not talking about reality of equality, but we are talking about equity and social justice. In this framework, we have a lot of vocabulary that we need to learn and understand. And I'm so glad that I will be able to present a few cases today, just these 4 words. And when you talk about diversity, what are the different types of diversity that we can look at? One is ability and accessibility. The second one is age. Third one is gender and sexuality. Fourth one is health. The fifth one is language, religion, race, culture and ethnicity, and socio-economic condition. These are the words that I want you to keep in your mind and hold it for a minute. This is about diversity. We just started on the journey of learning different words that we need to learn. We started with the equity, social justice, and all that. Now we know the diversity bit, and we have to continue learning these words and vocabulary to strengthen our understanding about the topic. Thank you very much, and have a great day ahead.
Wow, Radhika, truly, those were the words that we need to learn. Truly, we never think about all these things. And it was recently, it was our Law of Constitution Day. And it's amazing that you have brought this pointer across to all of us, and we never think about it. And it is truly something we should all think about. Okay, now we are in the next part of our prepared. After our prepared speech, we have the next interesting thing coming up. But before that, there's one thing which I would like to say. Gratitude, when people always consider gratitude about giving, right? It need not be that also. There could be multiple things you are grateful for the day, and you can still, in order to enforce that gratitude, you can journal it in a book. You can write what you are grateful towards. And people who actually practice that kind of a way of gratitude, by noticing, even if it is a small thing, if you are thankful and you're noting it down, what happens is that you are reflecting upon those things and you are becoming more and more thankful. It's like, I am thankful for being alive today. I am thankful for that beautiful sleep I had yesterday. So those kind of things all builds up a positive thing in us and makes us strong and have a healthier immune system. So with that, now we will move to the next part, that is our table topics, which is the most interesting part of the Toastmaster session. And for that, I call upon Shruti, who would be today's topic master. Over to you, Shruti.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Deepti. Good morning, Toastmasters, my dear friends. I am in front of you as the table topics master today. Actually, this is an accidental role. It came to me at about 10 o'clock in the morning. So I'm kind of unprepared for this, but it's okay. So if you all are ready, I am looking for a few volunteers, and I have a few topics aligned with the theme of the day, which is Thanksgiving and attitude of gratitude. Looking for volunteers who can speak for a minimum of 1 minute and a maximum of 2 minutes. Anybody? Can I have a few hands raised?
Shruti, just want to let you know, there's a PPT available with Prakash if you want it to be projected.
Sure, but I don't have a number system with me. So Prakash, do you have the order?
It is not a ordering. It is just we have put it in the slide in the order which you have given to me. So you can just give a call. And
no, I think I have moved the first item to bottom.
Okay, so he can just show that presentation, each topic, as and when you call third person, if that's okay.
Sure. Okay, yeah, that is fine. That is fine. So can we have a few hands raised, please?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Oh, you will go first. Thank you, Aravind. All right. So what kind of a person are you? Are you looking for simple themes or topics, or do you want something, out of the line?
Let us aim higher. I mean, even if I fail, it's okay.
Sorry, what was that?
Let us aim higher. I mean, I would like to take, yeah.
Yeah, superb. Okay, then if you are ready, here comes the first topic. I'm going to read it. Okay. And Prakash, once I read it, you can please share the screen.
Just a second. So just wanted to check, will somebody else take care of the timer role for this one, or?
That's
I
right.
can.
Sure. Thanks, sir.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay, Aravind, if you are ready, can we go for the topic?
Please.
Yeah. Nobody travels on the road to success without a puncture or two. Toastmaster Aravind, nobody travels on the road to success without a puncture or two. Over to you.
Good morning, all. Thank you, Toastmaster Shruti. I'm accelerated with the opportunity given to talk about this wonderful topic at the onset. This topic reminds me about a famous Japanese idea in which we all would have heard about. The idea of ikigai. What exactly is ikigai? There is one particular island in Japanese where the life expectancy of people is seen relatively far, far higher than human race in different parts of the world. The key reason behind that is based on researchers. One, or they have drilled down into 4 key points. One is the deep focus which people have. Second thing is about their lifestyle and life habits. And third thing is about their social connection. If you're relating that to the topic which Shruti have just shared now, this process or this system has evolved in them over time. Like the typical saying goes, Rome was not built in a day. These people, they faltered first, they had that social connection, etc., built over a period of time. Their journey to this successful state in their life, not as an individual, as a community, have happened after multiple levels and multiple attempts and experience of punches in which they have faced all over their life journey so far. Take the case with every human being. If we want to aim higher, if we want to reach superior stages of excellence in our profession or in the role which we all play, the element of attempts, the element of effort all plays a key and vital role. And we may puncture or we may face the experience of puncture in between, but eventually we all will reach the path of success. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Wow, Aravind, I am accelerated to hear your speech today. What a wonderful perspective, you know. And yes, at times we find it difficult to achieve that higher success that we are aiming for. But definitely we will face one or the other problem. And when that happens, please don't be sad or mad at why this happened to me. I'm sorry, but Deepti, I'm getting a call from you. Are you calling me?
No, I am getting a call from you.
Oh, I'm so sorry. All right. Okay, so thank you so much, Toastmaster Aravind, for that wonderful attempt. And can I have the next volunteer, please? The upcoming topics are pretty simple, please. This is going to be child's play for most of you. So please, can we have a few volunteers in this easy breezy Saturday afternoon? And Toastmaster Radhika raised her hand. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Radhika. That's what I love about her. Give her anything, prepared speeches, table topics. She is ready for anything. Evaluations. I love that attitude. Okay, Radhika, because it's Radhika. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So, Toastmaster Radhika. Family is like music. Some high notes, some low notes, but always a beautiful song. Family is like music. Some high notes, some low notes, but always a beautiful song. Over to you, Toastmaster Radhika.
Good morning, everyone. And then again, the topic is accelerating family, the beautiful music. And it reminds me of those Malayalam movie songs where you get to see all those beautiful images for a family, drama. In that music, that 3 minutes will depicts everything beautiful about life. And it's the two husband and wife, beautiful children, picture perfect family, going to a church, and that beautiful Christmas music playing in the background. All that is accelerating for the onlooker. Actually, the reality of that is between each of those beautiful frames, there is a string of tough, challenging times in family. So what makes those beautiful music beautiful is those tough, unsung notes in between. This has been the journey for everyone. Even if you look at the life story, whether it is a family, whether it's a friendship group, the friendship between two people, or a group activity, everywhere you make those music beautiful by struggling between those off notes in between. It's a string of beautiful notes with not so beautiful moments in between as well. But nevertheless, it makes the relationship beautiful any day. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Radhika. She just read what we all had in our minds the moment we saw this quote. Like, yeah, we do have our special moments with our family, and we have those hateful moments with them as well. But we cannot live with them. we can't live without them as well, right? Yeah, that is what's special about family. So thank you for the attempt, Toastmaster Radhika. Again, looking for hand raises, please. Anybody can participate, evaluators, or takers, open.
We have a guest, maybe the guest can attempt.
Who is the guest? Who is that?
Anjita.
Yeah,
Anjita. Do you want to give it a try?
Sure, I can give it a try.
Thank you so much. Okay. Yeah, there you are. What are you doing? Just so that.
Yeah, I'm a software engineer at Experion Technopark.
And how long is your experience?
2 years this January, actually.
Wow. Okay, that's a beautiful time. All right. So, Anchita, okay, if you're ready, can we go?
Sure. Yes, I'm ready.
Thank you for that. Anchita, a true friend is the one who walks in when rest of the world walks out. A true friend is the one who walks in when rest of the world walks out. Anchita, over to you.
Thank you, Shruti, for the great topic. So a true friend is really someone special in our lives. I'm pretty sure that everybody has that one friend who we all go to in times of crisis. At least for me, it's true. Because not everyone is comfortable with sharing everything with their families, especially as we transition and go through different challenges in life. We need peers with whom we can relate and who are in our same age, or we share some similarity. So friendships are always like an anchor. You can reach out to them, and often great friends don't talk every day. You don't have to talk every single day and share every single thing with people to be very close to them. You can meet even once in 6 months or a year and still feel that same connection as if you just talked yesterday. And I see a lot of smiling faces, so I'm pretty sure everybody has that one friend with whom we can totally relate. And in this current time, we are going through a pandemic. There are many challenges. We are losing family. We are losing friends. I think friendships help us tide over these difficult challenges. And as a team, we can go through life's challenges with great friends. Thank you.
What a beautiful attempt, Anchita. And you made me all nostalgic that I suddenly wanted to meet my best friend whom I have not seen for the past few years. Thank you so much. I'm sure many of us here has took a walk through the memory lane, remembered your friends and wished to meet some of them, wished to talk with them. So thank you so much for that, Anchita. And yeah, should we go on? Do we have time, Toastmaster of the day? How long?
Yes,
do I have
We can do one more and maybe guest Nisha, Toastmaster Nisha.
Nisha, do you want? Sure, I know. She's always ready. Okay, Toastmaster Nisha. Okay, there you go. If you are ready. Toastmaster Nisha, the craziest and daring thing you did as a child. The craziest and daring thing you did as a child, Toastmaster Nisha, over to you.
Thank you, Shruti. The craziest and daring thing that I've done as a child. I wish I really had some very interesting things to share, but I'll probably share with one of my most, when I feel most accomplished in my childhood, probably. It was during my 8th standard, and we all used to go to school and we used to sing and participate in competitions and all of that. There were such wonderful singers in my class, right? And then there was this song competition, and I went there and I sang, and somehow my music sir suddenly he looked at me with a new light on his face, and he's like, you are chosen for our competition, our group competition, singing competition, which is representing our school at a district level. And I was like, wow, this is brilliant. I just got selected. It's very excited. I went there and I joined, and you won't believe it, my stars were aligned, or what was it? We ended up actually clearing the district and then the state and went over to the national level, right? All thanks to all the wonderful singers they were. I was just a backup. So but it was an amazing experience, just because of the fact that we traveled to so many different places, so many different schools. When I was just in my 8th standard, I think, I mean, what was my age then? I don't want to do the math calculation here, but yeah. So and on top of that, at that point of time, we traveled all the way from Bangalore all the way to Varanasi in UP, through a train journey that lasted for 3 days, complete with all the kids, lot of big projects inside the train. We had bogies booked out, and it was probably the very first time that I as a person stepped out of my comfort zone, right? The comfort of my parents, my family, and I can't explain how much I have learned during that single journey, where I met people from all sorts of background, experienced such different cultures. And the weather, oh my god, we started off here with a very thin sweater and ended up going in the train, sharing the blankets from the others, sharing the sweaters. And finally, that one bed sheet that I have, guess what happened? Somebody pulled it out through the train window while I was asleep in the middle of the night. So there were so many experiences and cultural shocks that I experienced. But I would say that at the end, when I reached back home, I came back with a lot of experience and gratitude, as which is also the theme of our session today, that these wonderful journeys and the wonderful people and even strangers you meet, you learn so much from it. And very thankful for the life that we have, and hope we all have such we never say no to any new adventure that comes your way. Thank you. That's my experience.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nisha, for sharing that wonderful experience, unique, singular experience with all of us. And this is what I love about Nisha. When I was back in HRB, this is my contact person for everything and anything. Give her any topic, she can just draw on the easel that is there. So thank you so much, Toastmaster Nisha. And TMOD, that is the wrap, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So that comes an end to the table topic session. Thank you, all the wonderful speakers who attempted the table topics today. Thank you so much. And back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, topic master. Wow. Wonderful topics. And we all are like, whomever spoke, it didn't feel like you all are newbies or anything, especially the guest. The way she spoke, it was truly amazing. She spoke with such fluency and with beautiful words. She expressed her thoughts very well. That's Toastmaster all about. So kudos to all who attempted. Okay, so now gratitude is a beautiful thing. So it is time to thank our people who are, especially our general evaluator and his team, and thank him for the whatever they have evaluated us and all the learnings that they are going to give us right now. So let's hear from our general evaluator, Toastmaster Prakash. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepthi. Let me first invite the timer to give the timings of prepared speeches. Toastmaster Aravind, just the timings for prepared speeches.
Sure. Thank you, Toastmaster Prakash. So prepared speeches, one, Shruti, she was well within time, 6 minutes, 56 seconds. So very razor sharp ending as well. Then the next speaker was Ratika. Ratika slightly overshot by 55 seconds, 7 minutes 55 seconds. So these are the speakers' timings. Would you want the evaluators timing as well now? Or?
No. We will come back for it later.
Yep.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arvind. Now let me invite the evaluator for the first speech to give the evaluation report. Toastmaster Nisha.
Yeah.
Sorry
Thank
about
you. Thank you, TM Modi, and sorry, general evaluator. So today I was here to evaluate the speech of our very bubbly, very happy, such a happy speech it was. It just made me smile all throughout. I was listening to her. Initially, when I thought about leadership and things, so generally when people talk about leadership, it can get to be an extremely dry topic, right? You can go into that line and mode where you become too technical and this. But this is the best part of Shruti's speech. She picked three instances of what lessons she learned over organizing the oratory competition in HR Block in 2021, which is a virtual event. And she focused on these three events, and she ensured that the audience walked away remembering what those lessons were: how to manage your time wisely, how to, issues will happen, problems will happen, and how to deal with it. And finally, it doesn't matter about what are the accolades that you get, but what are the lessons that you learned. So I love how well rounded your speech was. You focused on those main pointers, and how happy that speech was. It was exhilarating to just listen to you. In fact, I couldn't even focus on my notes because I was just completely looking at your beautiful face with all your wonderful expressions. You're so expressive. And Shruti, as a speaker, she's come a long way from being a very reserved person with very limited, the expressions would never come up. So that was the constant, evaluation I used to give. And what a transformation, Shruti. You've nothing from where you've begun with. It was just wonderful listening to you today. So you also talked about, mostly focused about 10 different people and their 10 different perspectives, right? And you try to tie it together into the speech, bringing in a lot of humorous elements, and it was just a pleasure listening to you. So now, coming on, what are the improvements? I thought about it long and hard, but when we look at the project's objective as such, right, it is about the lessons learned meeting and about the leadership skills, right? I felt that you focused more on the team collaboration aspect of it, but probably I would have loved if you would have talked about more as a leader or as an organizer of this project. What are the learnings that you took forward? How did you manage the team with different experiences? Because this is most about the collaborative effort that you talked about, how you worked as a team. So that's great, but the objective was specifically on the leadership skills. The second one was the title of the speech that you took, hashtag. I think I didn't hear you talk about the hashtag aspect anywhere around it, or probably have missed it. So that is the only improvement. These are the two improvement points that I could think about. But overall, summarizing the whole experience, you had wonderful audience connect. Your voice modulation was spot on. You stood there, you were waving your hands, you were very expressive. I loved all of that about you. But probably next time while you're preparing for the speech, try to pay a little bit more attention on to the project aspect of what you're dealing with and focus more on that. So apart from that, I have absolutely nothing to say. Just wonderful listening to you, and thank you for inviting me to do your evaluation.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nisha.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nisha, for that wonderful feedback. Now we are going to the next speech. The evaluator for the speech is Toastmaster Manu. I request Manu to provide the feedback.
Thank you, General Evaluator Prakash. The second speech was also really good, and Toastmaster Ratika, we all know how calm and composed she is, the way she talks, and that clearly was there in the speech too. The speech was well paced. I mean, there was no rush, or it was not hurried, and there was good eye contact as well throughout the entire speech. There was only one place where Ratika, you looked sideways to look at the notes. Probably one feedback is you can put the notes in the laptop or in the screen itself, so that it looks like you are looking at the speakers, right? I mean, or the audience. The picture shared, I think that was really good. It resonated with the audience. I mean, the audience, we were all able to connect with the contents of the speech. It was I think the speech itself was cornered or was tied up to that particular picture. Couple of things that probably I felt you could improve is there was good hand movement throughout the speech, and that's something that I will also take, because I myself, I mean, during my speech, the hand movements, it really doesn't come out. But I felt, I mean, if you could stand up and there is some room between you as well as the camera, the body and the hand movements would have been a little more evident, right? And it would have been a little more lively. But that's a slight improvement that I felt. And from the project perspective, since it's a research topic, I felt little more research could have been added into the topic. I mean, into the speech, little more elements, and also some links could have been shared in chat, saying that, okay, this is where from where I got this. So that's another improvement, and the time aspect as well. So, but overall, the speech was good. It was well paced and well presented. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manu, for that feedback. Now let us move on to tag team's report. I would invite Toastmaster Aravind to give the timer report. Toastmaster Aravind.
Sure. Thank you, Toastmaster. So, Nisha, probably at the introduction, she took around 1 minute 22 seconds, which was again within the time. Manu took 22 seconds at the introduction, which was again within the time. So during the evaluation, Nisha slightly overshot by 20 seconds. So her timing was 3 minute 20 seconds. Manu was well within time, within 2 minute 2 seconds. So overall, our meeting is well within time. Toastmaster Deepti at the start, while doing the theme presentation, slightly overshot by 29 seconds. So the timing was 10 minutes 29 seconds. President's call, meeting to order, and SAA's initial speech, GE and tag team's introduction, all was within the time as well, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aravind. Now let me invite the grammarian and accountant to give the report. Over to you, Toastmaster Aravind.
Thank you, General Evaluator Prakash. The Toastmaster of the day brought in a beautiful comparison and differentiation between thank you and gratitude. I think that was a very good learning for us. Thank you is a polite expression, but gratitude is more heartfelt and it means to return the kindness. So that was a great learning for us today. She also used good usages such as beyond appetizing. Nisha used good words such as vivacious, long and hard. Shruti had a great number of good usages because she was doing a prepared speech. She had a repeated usage of past, which had a very good impact, giving a stress to that word, the importance of that repeated usage of past and then again replace at the end. So that was very good to drive home the point. She also had good usages such as game changer, enigma, going to nail it, blink of an eye, coveted, accolades, out of line, accidental rule. Next speaker, Radhika, had a set of words, keywords that were in line with her project, such as reality, equality, equity, justice, etc. And true to her speech, these are words that we need to learn. Aravind referred the word ikigai, introduced the word ikigai. Now, as an R counter, let me share my tally. The word of the day was used by Deepti, Shruti, Radhika, Aravind, and Nisha. I might have missed some people because I was multitasking. Apologies for that. And you will see your favorite words here. Deepti's favorite words were so and you know. Radhika had no pauses in her speech, which I think is a great achievement. And I'm totally impressed with the guest Anjita, because she had no pauses and there were no mistakes that I would catch. Well done there, Anjita. And Toastmaster Nisha had some favorite words such as you know and right. And one feedback I have is, Nisha, you have a breathing sound before you start speaking. That is, you make a sound like this before you start a sentence. Probably you can take care of it. And Manu's favorite words were and the. He also used, I mean. So these are all what I could capture. I'm sure I would have made many mistakes while presenting the report, but luckily nobody is evaluating me. Thank you, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arati, for that detailed feedback. Now, let me give my general evaluation report. We started the meeting on time at 11:05, and guest was introduced. We presented the mission and vision, and the TMOD, Toastmaster of the Day, Deepti, did a wonderful job of talking about the difference between gratitude and thank you, and the purpose of journaling as well. It's such a beautiful speech, and all the role players did an outstanding job and explaining the role and their reports as well. Now, coming to the prepared speeches, we have two wonderful speeches, and Shruti's hashtag us, and especially talking about the importance of looking at past for references, as well as there are two points that really stuck in my mind. One is about work expands to the time available. So if you can clean your room in 3 hours, and if you can clean your room in 30 days, you are true, as Elon Musk said. That's the first point, and focus on the solution. That's a really good speech, and now I'm really afraid when she comes to evaluate me by looking at the. Now the second speaker, words we need to learn, and Radhika, hats off to you. I mean, thanks for bringing this topic. I don't have anything else to say actually. I think I need to learn a lot of things actually, so maybe some other time. And Toastmaster Manu and Nisha did an outstanding job of giving feedbacks. And Shruti, you did an outstanding job, wonderful job of conducting the table topics. Truly engaging. And the speakers were also really impressive. Aravind, introduced the Ikigai, like Arati said, and Radhika connected how the movies, the untold scenes in the movies have huge impacts, or huge part in our lives. That's really wonderful. And the best thing is guest Anjita. You did. I mean, there is a flow actually. There is no pauses and everything, as Arati highlighted. You did a wonderful job as well. And Toastmaster Nisha, such a beautiful childhood transformational story, I would say. It all started from a very simple story, and when it moved to different places and how you have connected everything together, you did an outstanding job as well. And I think there is nothing, no negative things that I wanted to talk about, but one positive thing that I want to talk about is actually all the role plays were filled. Now, of course, there were 2 backouts at the last moment. But considering that, a couple of meetings back, maybe we were really struggling to get the role players. But this meeting, and Deepti did an outstanding job here as well. So that's my evaluation report. Over to you, Toastmaster Deepti.
Thank you, Prakash. I think you appreciated everyone who was in this meeting, and everyone is fully feeling that Thanksgiving part they are feeling already. And we are full of gratitude for your team for giving us such wonderful evaluation. So they say, gratitude is like a muscle. The more you practice it, the stronger it becomes, and it can become your way of life also. So let me conclude my theme, Thanksgiving, an attitude of gratitude, by quoting a motivational speaker, William Arthur Ward. Feeling grateful and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it. So I hope you all have a great Thanksgiving and attitude of gratitude. Over to you, Arati.
A big round of applause for Deepti. I think she did a very wonderful job hosting this meeting today. And there are lots of takeaways from the way she conducted the meeting. Like general evaluator said, all the roles were filled up earlier. So it looked like a well-prepared meeting, though there might have been glitches behind the scene. And the way she presented the theme of the day was wonderful. She did a great storytelling. There's nothing like a story to connect all of us. And by talking about her own personal story at Thanksgiving, she had all the audience with her. So her Toastmaster of the Day speech itself classifies as a good candidate for a speech all by itself. You might feel that, oh, you've lost a topic for a speech, but we thoroughly gained from it. And what an ending to your speech by saying that it is like wrapping up and never giving that gift away. Oh, that would be such a big loss. So one takeaway for the 1.5 hours that we spent here, be grateful, have your gratitude journal. And if you feel that you have something nice to say about someone and you need to express gratitude, give that gift away. Don't hold it with you. It might make a big impact on the receiver. Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Deepti, for beautifully engaging us for this last 1.5 hours. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Arati.
And to my team here, thank you so much for joining and making this a grand meeting. I'm so happy. I would like to thank Nisha for joining us and Shruti for pulling her in with your magic and your magnetism. Let's work this magic again. And guest Anjita, I'm also so happy that you joined and we would love to see you back. Now, I would like to take feedback from both the guests today, Nisha and Anjita, on how you feel. Let's start with Nisha. How do you feel, and few words for our club?
Yeah, absolutely, Arati. So we started off and I was, our HNR block is an extremely active club, right? We have these wonderful topics and speeches and all of that. And we have people from all different levels of experience who come in, people who are just beginning their communication journey, or people who have, but I came here and it was like literally everybody out here is so good. It is like they are amping up their game to the next level, right? So I would definitely like to attend more such meetings, because there's a lot of information and a lot of things to learn from all of you here. And I loved our second speaker, the way she spoke about this is an extremely unique topic that generally doesn't come up in Toastmaster meetings, right? So it is really interesting to listen to all of you, and I love the quality of all the speakers here. That's my takeaway. So I'll definitely be coming in for more meetings. Thank you for inviting.
Thank you so much, Nisha. We will make a note of your promise. We will pull you in for more meetings and for role taking. And guest Anjita, would you like to share your experience with us?
Sure, Arati, I'd love to. So what struck out for me in this meeting is how organized this whole thing is, because right from the start, everything is well planned, at least to someone who's new. It leaves a very good impression about the meeting. And also the quality of content, like the first speaker, Shruti, she was telling about the importance of time, which I could personally relate to, because I am a kind of person who keeps a thing for the last possible moment. So there were some really interesting points, and the quality of content was really nice. The second speaker also, she explained so beautifully those pictures. And this is a picture that I've seen before, but I had not given it as much thought. And thanks a lot for sharing those. And overall, it was a great experience for me. I stepped out of my comfort zone and I'm really happy that I did. Thank you all.
Thank you, Anchita. We would like to see you back, probably as a member too. Please do visit us. You can visit us as 3 times as a guest and then think about joining. And Deepti is your go-to person in case you want to ask about how to become a member.
Right.
We would love to see you back. So with that, there is one comment that I would want to add on top of what G mentioned as a general finding on this meeting. Even though we had most of the role players done, we still had a last minute rush to send out the agenda and the poster and the details, even though we had all of them known ahead. So I think a little more diligence on our side, we can get it out together as a team. And thank you, Shruti, for suggesting that we block all the TMOD first ahead. For that really worked, and that is why we could do it without much pain this time. Yet, as IT professionals, we still want something to do at the last minute and win and then celebrate that success. So my manager always says, we make a problem, then we solve it, and then we say, oh, what wonderful fighters we are. So let's not make that problem. Let us see what happens if we are fully prepared. And thank you, Shruti, for the topic on time management. Let's see if we can use it, or we still want to be IT professionals. So with that happy note, let me formally conclude this meeting, 31st meeting of Technobus Toastmasters. I declare it as a success and I declare it as concluded. Thank you so much. We can stay back for networking if you want. Otherwise, the meeting is dispersed. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone, for your wonderful participation.
Thank you. Thank you all.